Thank you so much. And thank you, Brad and Marcia, for the incredibly kind introduction. Hello, Rotary family. In order to live in the kind of society you want, you have to help build it. These words were authored by a very special man. He's a current Rotary Club president and someone sitting in front of me today, my brother David. I see these words as a call to action, a prescription for the future, and quite candidly, what our family of Rotary does every single day. Each of you is a leader in our organization, and that means that we have a responsibility to shape our communities and to shape our world. Sitting next to David is my brother Darren, an incredibly talented Chicago-based artist and the creator of our theme painting called Imagine One's Dream. It was crafted to inspire our official theme ties and scarves for the upcoming year, and they'll be used by our governors to raise critical funds for polio. Next to David and Darren are my parents, John and Joyce Jones. They instilled in all of us a sense of wonder and adventure. They encouraged us to carve our own path, to imagine, and to chase our dreams. They helped us know that anything and everything was possible. For the past 2 years, the most common question that I have received is, how does it feel to be our first woman president? I will confess, I feel a sense of excitement brewing because I truly believe that this opens opportunities for lifting and celebrating each of our diverse perspective. We've all taken a different path to get here. Some because your father was a Rotarian, some because an employer tapped you on the shoulder, and others because a U.S. Supreme Court ruling permitted women to join. And yet, each one of us entered through one mechanism, an invitation. That's why I'm determined to harness diversity, equity, and inclusion to advance this invitation across the Rotary world. Honoring and living our DEI efforts is much more than a trend in popular culture. It's about fully understanding and celebrating our differences. It's a profound step in weaving the global mosaic of humanity. And when it comes to DEI, what matters most to me isn't words, it's results. We have 2 years left to achieve the board-set target of 30% of women in Rotary by 2023. We've come a long way, and already 110 countries have achieved this goal. That said, we have a long way to go, and 30% is the next stop on the way to 50. And you know, our members in Rotaract have already achieved this distinction. For each of us, it's about making our meetings and events one where we can speak openly and honestly with each other, where our members feel welcome and safe. And this means removing barriers for entry and opening doors for inclusion. We need Rotary leaders to rise from every continent, culture, and creed. We need young members to take on larger roles and responsibilities. We need to listen to new Rotary members just as keenly and with immense respect as those with many years of membership. Now, more than ever in our shared history, we need to be good to one another, to look out for each other, to raise each other's up, and to protect those who are in our care. This is a great city to talk about big goals. I want to take you to May 25th, 1961, when then U.S. President John F. Kennedy boldly declared what was seen as improbable, the moonshot, a chance to be the first to land a man on the moon. And we heard about that this week. He said, "I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal before this decade is out of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to Earth." So let's us do everything in our power to meet and exceed our targets as rapidly as possible. It may seem as unlikely as a moonshot, but Houston knows well enough what can be accomplished on a tight deadline. And when people of action are committed to a big goal, well, we know it's worth every single ounce of our energy. Several years back, there was a movie called Hidden Figures. It celebrated some of the unsung heroes of the space race. And one of those heroes was Dorothy Vaughan, who was portrayed by actor Octavia Spencer. Dorothy Vaughan was the first African-American woman to hold a managerial position in NASA. She was a brilliant mathematician who was silently legendary in her talent for spotting hard-working, capable colleagues and her tireless advocacy for their advancement. Entire generations of women from all backgrounds owe their careers to her, and hundreds of vital scientific breakthroughs resulted from that influx of talent. That kind of legacy means a great deal, because being a first in Rotary doesn't really mean anything until there's a second and a third. And it means our members of diverse perspective taking up an ever-increasing role in Rotary around the world. Recently, I was watching a YouTube video of a late-night talk show, and the host was interviewing Poet Laureate Amanda Gorman. Some of you will remember her bright yellow coat as she offered words to the American people during their last presidential inauguration. She said, "The more that we can bring ourselves, our authentic selves, with hope into the moment, the more that moment will show up for us." Those words ring true for me. As we grow Rotary, we need to welcome leaders who arrive as their authentic selves, who open new doors, who walk different paths, and have so much to offer. It's a big task. And as people of purpose, people of influence, and people of action, we all have a role to play. Surveys over many years have found that the comfort and care of our members is the single greatest driver of member satisfaction and retention. So, we need to ensure that our member comfort and care is our absolute top priority. We need to end the revolving door of attracting new members and then losing them all too quickly. Let's help create club experiences that are welcoming, inclusive, and enjoyable for each and every member. And let's extend that warmth and belonging to every participant who wishes to engage with our clubs. And permit me to be honest and candid. We're not going to do this by throwing our doors wide open. Our values are our strength, and it means as an organization of excellence, we expect that same quality in our members as well. Each year, and earlier this year, I told the governors-elect about meeting a wise young interactor named Peter. He told me, if you want responsible children, you need to give them responsibilities. I believe he has offered us a nugget of gold. Simply change out one word. If you want responsible members, you need to give them responsibilities. I've always enjoyed receiving I'm glad you like that. I'm glad you like that. It's important and it's critical to our success. I always enjoy receiving wisdom from youth, and Peter, I know, is on to something important. We need to ask our members what they want out of their experience, and then we need to provide them with these meaningful responsibilities. It's our offer of hands-on service, personal growth, leadership development, and lifelong friendships that create purpose and passion. These are our responsibilities. If we serve our members, we serve our communities, and if we provide comfort and care for our members, they'll truly come to understand the power of Rotary. And please understand, when I use the term members, it means Rotary and Rotaract. We are all Rotary members. I was going to ask where our Rotaractors are in the house right now, but I think we know. I think they're right there. I want to briefly share some great news about Rotaract. Starting on July 1st, I have appointed a Rotaractor who will serve as a Rotary Public Image Coordinator. The recent Council on Legislation affirmed this decision, and I will include Rotaractors on several international level committees, like membership and the Convention Committee for Melbourne. I'm convening a Youth Advisory Council to elevate the development and protection of programs that nurture and define our future leaders. And in the Imagine Rotary year, I'm going to be assigning a select group of Rotaractors as president's representatives to our district conferences. We have so much to learn from each other. We have been entrusted with leadership in our great organization. And now it's up to us to be brave and intentional in our actions. I want us to be trailblazers. This includes our Empowering Girls initiative that President Shaker launched last year. It has resonated powerfully, as you know, around the world. We will continue this bold effort, recognizing that empowered girls become empowered women. This year, we're also going to shine a bright light on projects that put Rotary service on display to the world. Nick and I are embarking on an Imagine Impact tour where we plan to visit visible, high-impact projects across our areas of focus to draw attention to the incredible work that all of you are doing. Each of these stops will have a different media approach. On some, we're going to bring top-tier global journalists with us to help tell your stories. On others, we're going to bring influencers who will use their social media presence to reach people who we want to serve, but have not yet realized they can do it through Rotary. Regardless of the approach, our intent is to raise awareness of what we as people of action do. So what are your stories? And who can help tell them? 50 years ago, an anthem was recorded that included the beautiful line that you just heard. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hear that lyric as a call to action. We all have dreams, but acting on them is a choice. And when organizations like ours dream big things like ending polio and creating peace, it becomes our responsibility to make these dreams a reality. Imagine a world that deserves our best, where we get up every single day knowing that we can make a difference. You don't imagine yesterday, you imagine tomorrow. Imagine a world without polio. Imagine a world with clean water for everyone. Imagine a world free of disease. A world where every child learns to read. Imagine kindness and hope and love and peace. And that is why this year, my friends, I am asking you to imagine Rotary. Now, just 1 second. Imagina Rotary. Imaginons le Rotary. Imagina y a Rotary. Imagine Rotary. Sang sang hara Rotary. Imagina u Rotary. Shang shang fulung. Imagine Rotary. Thank you.